Well, I think it's quite clear, heard of the White House saying that Democrats are focused on race. We're not focused on race, we're focused on American values.
How y'all doing today? You know, this Corey, man. Every once in a while I get on here and talk about things and what I believe in, and I was trying to bag off of it because, you know, this politician stuff is very aggressive and very sensitive, and you have a lot of people like in outrage about our new president. But the only reason I'm talking about it, I just went out and had lunch and I was sitting down, and the people, you know, it's everywhere. Trump is all on the news for all this very unintelligent remarks he's making towards things that have occurred recently. And it gets to the point I don't want to get involved at a bar, because if anybody know me, when I'm in anything that I care about, I'm very passionate about it. So I don't want to speak about it because I'm trying to stay free, because it could elevate to something bad. So I really don't talk about this stuff sitting at a bar, and it's very uncomfortable when you got all these people with different views. So I just stay out of it and I just kind of listen. But anyway, I kind of believe that Trump is making America good again, and this is why. He's actually opened up the womb. If he did have an agenda to end people or make his race superior, he's such an idiot, he can't do it. What he has done is he's opened up people's mind and let people realize either you're going to be remembered in history as doing righteous, or you can be remembered in history as being like somebody that sided with like a Hitler. Trump, to me, and the words and the rhetoric that he speaks is like Hitler mentality. And I believe he believed what he's saying. He really believed that shit. So, in that mind state, it doesn't shock me. Nothing this guy says shocks me. And I hear a lot of people say, oh, man, voting don't count. You see voting counts now. Or maybe not. Maybe you can fool the Pope. But I'm saying when you get people in power like this, they can change law, it hurts us all. I know black people can survive in any environment. But we have to be open and talk about people like Donald Trump. And here's why. But he's great for us, because now even white people waking up after that Charleston stuff, they like, man, this is bad. Nobody want to go back to slavery. People just want to live in harmony, especially black people. You imagine what black people been through? Have we ever terrorized somebody? We don't bomb shit. We don't seek revenge. We're just gracious people. We're godly people. We are God's people. So, saying all that, we just want to live. We just want people to get out of the way. We don't want, why you got to hold us back? Why I got to be on the equal part? Why you got to lock us all up? You know, if everybody was playing fair and everything was working the way it was supposed to, then you wouldn't have to worry about the black man. He wouldn't be selling dope or nothing if he had equal opportunity. He don't want to be out there selling dope, but you can't blame a man that's been condemned, and everywhere he go, the door's been shut in his face. He want to be able to provide for his family just like anybody else. So you can't blame the guy, and I know it sounds crazy to a lot of people that ain't lived his life. You can't blame the guy going to kick dope or selling dope. We all got to try to provide. What the hell are you going to do when everywhere you go you got bias, your kids getting shot, you can't get pulled over, you're scared to death, you can't walk out the house, you can't get a job. They got this system with a black man getting 50 years for selling one pebble. So you mean to tell me that we can sell drugs, we can sell alcohol with the government and tax it, but it's okay? You gonna give a black man like G, I just saw G in Jasper, Texas get like 40 years for selling like less than maybe a gram of meth? Man, you gotta be kidding me. And then you got probably, I don't know what the guy that killed the people, I think it was Charleston, that white guy that killed all those black people in the church. I bet he didn't get what G got. And he's just selling dope. This man trying to provide for his family. We need to make the playing field right. But being that Trump is in office, he opened this up so white people looking at it too like, man, we don't want to be a part of this. We saw where slavery ends up. Nobody wants this. You got the new wave of what you call the new millenniums. People, not even that. Look how far we done came within 100 years, or from where my mama and grandmother came. They was living in slavery. Probably my grandmother experienced a lot of that, and you know. So in 100 years, we done came a long way. And I think that's the fear of people, that another 100 years, we're going to go farther and farther. And the farther we get into the future, we will eventually get away from this racism stuff. people are not out to get you. Black people just want to live. We want to be treated fair. We want the same opportunity that everybody else got, and just get out our way and treat us fair. And this is a way I think the system should be run, and only one way I think you can do it. If you look at the White House, it is that. It's white. Even though you have Barack Obama, there's one black man with 60,000 white people. You need to get a mix of every race, not every race, but kinda. I know you can't represent every race, but you need a certain equal number of Asian, equal number of blacks, equal number of Spanish people, a majority of cultures in there, and then out of each culture, you need like one leader. So everybody in the Mexican group come up with what they need in their society and what their family beliefs are and what they need in their community and their culture. And you need the Indians, you need the every blacks, whites, everybody. But under the notion to believe that you can have a White House with all whites and they look out for every individual in all backgrounds, is not going to happen. And I don't even know if they do it intentionally, but just like me, I'm more comfortable around my people because I'm black. So if I'm in the White House, I'm going to probably make laws that are more likening to what I like to do or what I think the world should be. We need to take the White House and tear it all down, and don't let it be an overwhelming race in the White House. It should be all equal. It should only be like one person that would like probably take over the, be a majority in the race. So for instance, you got 5 of each race, then you have a president. Say if you pick the black president, you might have 6 black people in there. So you have an oddball. But you'd have all these people come together at the table and represent every ethnic group, everybody with their different beliefs, everybody with their culture. Everybody's different. This is true. So we have to be able to get together and make laws that helps everybody. Until they do this, it's going to be hard to succeed. All white people ain't bad, and all white people ain't good. And the only reason I'm speaking about this is because of this stuff with President Trump, man. This guy is horrible. But it doesn't shock me. This guy is, just call a spade like a spade. He's a true racist. It's just what it is. He don't have no other business. And I'm going to tell you why. How can you tell somebody with that much money what to do? You think he give a fuck about the White House and losing next race or getting impeached? He can make laws to change and help him with his business, and that's what he gonna do. And if he can hinder people, that's what he gonna do. And ain't nobody can tell him nothing till he done. Until we impeach it, if people are gonna have to realize what side of history you wanna be on. You can be on the side of righteousness, or you can be on the side of demonic bullshit and Hitler type rhetoric that's coming from the president and the majority of his councils at the White House. And I commend those people that left his side with big business. You don't need him. But that dude, I think his name is Carson, the black guy, man, what the hell's wrong with you? You the biggest Uncle Tom. Get the hell up and leave that White House, man. You cannot sit next to that man that condemns your people. You have to be remembered for this in history. This man is not righteous. He has no God in his heart. He only thinks business. He only thinks money. And white people, you've been fooled if you represent this man. I know y'all didn't like Obama, but when that damn Obamacare go away, you can't even get current. Trump is finna hurt everybody. Anybody poor, anybody middle class, white, black, he doesn't care. This man is only about business. We have to come together. And this is why I think Trump was right. He will make America great again because he finna wake up everybody. As you see, people of every color, every background, it's not just black people out there marching, it's more white people marching for us than we are ourselves. People don't like the division and all this racial bullshit. He making people realize and say, man, I remember slavery, my grandmother, my grandfather, majority of white people, if you go back, their ancestors were slave owners. This is how they got so rich, and they took over all the land and it's theirs, and they gave it out to their family and friends, and everybody that came in have to work hard and just to get a piece of the pie. But people are grown and mature and want to be righteous and usually are God-fearing people. So now what Trump has done, he woke up people and said, well, do I want to be on this side or do I want to be on that side? That's where you got to be. And you have to stand up for what you believe in. That's just bottom line. And I'm nobody to tell nobody nothing. I just like to speak my mind on things, and hopefully I can always reach one and teach one, as they would say. And I just had to say something. And I don't say things in the most educated manner, but I am passionate about shit. And when I'm passionate about something, I have to speak on it, and I speak from my heart. You don't have to be well written or well educated spoken. I speak from my heart. I'm passionate about this. And for some reason, this shit irks me. I just hate that we could be at this time in life and have to experience this, to where a black man can't even drive to the store. Literally, you have to drive your kids to the store. You have to be careful. Kids can't hang out and drive to the store being black, man. You might get shot. And it's so horrible that you can catch it on camera, and they, no matter what, they defuse the situation. They make sure the cop has a righteous way. It's something. The black guy was moving too quick, or the black guy let his window down too fast. No matter the issue, they will find a way to make the cop look right and condemn black people for being some kind of demonic force. Man, these black people just trying to go get a cookie or a soda water, just like Trayvon Martin, but you kill us and you get away with it. Cool, fine, damn. But people are rising up in numbers, and I think it's because of Trump. You did make America great again. You bringing people together, because people don't want this shit, and you need to get the fuck out of office. If you got the money, and if you was really gonna hurt people, you'd have did it in silence. But you so bullheaded and you talk so freely, because this is what you are passionate about. Just like I'm passionate speaking about my people, you're passionate about the KKK. You're passionate about the Nazi, the all-out right, or whatever. You are true racist. You don't rent to black people. Your mom and daddy was racist and Klan.